The Sunday Telegraph with another hand-wringing middle-class hit piece against Andrew Tate, Cressida.
We need half a show for this, don't we?
Yeah.
What my teenage sons really think of Andrew Tate's toxic masculinity. So this is, the first bit of the article is a woman describing her family in the car listening to an Andrew Tate podcast, and she claims that it's really awful and that he's being interviewed by people he doesn't understand, they're making fun of him. Tate was oblivious. That doesn't sound like the Andrew Tate I know.
No.
Because I've put some hours in listening to this guy now. I'm up on my Tate. And I don't think... You said you think you've heard this.
I watched the whole podcast, so I'm almost 99% certain she's talking about the Your Mum's House podcast with Tom Segura and his wife. So what happened is, because I've been following Tate for a long time as well, Tom Segura used to mock Tate and have these videos mocking him, and Tate would do reaction videos to them. Then they finally got him on the show, and actually they got on really well, and it was hilarious. It was one of the things that built his profile, because he is funny. This is the thing people miss about Tate. So when she says here that, oh yeah, Tate was oblivious and he said bring 2 coffees, he was joking, it's fun, and Tom Segura was a comedian and he was getting involved. The funny thing was, Tate as a non-comedian was funnier than the comedians. I just think this is, the reason I call this a middle-class hand-wringing hit piece is that's what it is. It's like, Tate's from Luton, you know, I understand him, people I speak to, my barber understands him, but these I mean, I couldn't believe this wasn't The Guardian, it's The Telegraph, but these broadsheet people don't get him. Lewis.
Well, it's reminded of the Lenny Bruce trials, when Lenny Bruce was put on trial for his bad act, and they read the act, and he said, how are people going to find my act funny when there's a cop reading my act at 3 o'clock in the afternoon when it was said in the basement? It's like Louis Schaefer. I hope you find this funny, and I hope you don't take me too seriously, even though I believe every word that I say.
Yeah, right. There's a few things. Yeah, it is a bit like that. He's a bit like the Eminem of our generation. You know, everyone's like, oh, it's so outrageous. But really, there's a lot of good things Tate's saying. Now, they've got this guy here, Mike Nicholson, who's bringing in the progressive masculinity program, which is hilarious. It sounds ridiculous.
Well, that made me, as soon as I hear things like, whenever somebody starts talking about getting away from traditional masculinity, I often think, they mean getting away from being masculine.
Yeah.
To be fair to this guy, he does go on to talk about it, and he talks about...
Yeah.
You know, OK, I get it, men need to speak.
They're trying to get rid of the burden of performance for masculinity, but you never will. It's just how you tackle it is the question.